What if the world branded you a failure, only for destiny to rewrite your story in the halls of the elite? At 19, I stood at the edge of Harvard's campus, my breath visible in the crisp Cambridge air, my dreams as vast as the ivy-covered walls. I was Alex Carter, a scholarship kid from a nowhere town, carrying the weight of my family's hopes. My parents, who'd worked double shifts to send me here, saw me as their ticket to a better life. But by sophomore year, the pressure crushed me. The endless assignments, the cutthroat competition, the gnawing fear of not being enough, it broke me. I dropped out, leaving behind a trail of whispers and my parents' shattered pride. Failure, they called me. The word clung to me like damp clothes in a storm. Back home, I worked odd jobs: barista, delivery driver, warehouse stocker. Each night, I'd lie awake, replaying the moment I walked away from Harvard. The shame was a living thing, curling around my chest. But in those quiet hours, a spark flickered. I'd always loved math, not the sterile equations of textbooks, but the way numbers danced, revealing patterns in chaos. In high school, I'd solve problems for fun, scribbling proofs on napkins. At Harvard, that joy had drowned in expectations. Now, with nothing left to lose, I started again. I borrowed library books, watched free lectures online, and filled notebooks with ideas. Math became my refuge, my rebellion against the label of failure. Years passed. I posted my work on forums, anonymous at first, solving problems others deemed impossible. My username, Cypher, gained traction. Strangers praised my proofs, but I kept my past buried. One day, a message arrived from Dr. Elena Voss, a Harvard math professor. She'd seen my work, tracked me down, and wanted to meet. I laughed it off, surely a prank. But when I met her in a dingy coffee shop, her eyes lit with recognition. "You're the one who left," she said, not with judgment, but curiosity. She'd read my latest proof, a breakthrough in number theory, and wanted me to present it at a conference. I hesitated. Returning to Harvard meant facing my ghosts. The conference was a blur of faces, some familiar from my student days. Whispers followed me, but I stood at the podium, my voice steady, and shared my work. The room erupted in applause. Dr. Voss approached me afterward, her offer unthinkable, a guest lecture at Harvard. Me, the dropout, teaching where I'd once failed. I accepted, heart pounding, knowing this was more than a lecture, right, was redemption. The lecture hall was packed. Students leaned forward, pens poised, as I wove stories into equations, showing them math's beauty. I told them about my journey, the nights of doubt, the years of clawing back. "Failure isn't the end," I said. "It's just a detour." Their applause felt like absolution. Afterward, a student lingered, eyes bright with questions. He reminded me of myself at 19, hungry, scared, determined. I stayed late, answering him, feeling the weight of failure lift. Months later, Harvard offered me a professorship. Me, the kid they'd written off. I walked those halls again, not as a student, but as a teacher, my name on an office door. My parents visited, tears in their eyes, pride replacing disappointment. The world had called me a failure, but I'd rewritten the story. Every lecture, I shared that truth. Setbacks don't define you. What matters is what you build from the ruins. Teaching became my purpose. I mentored students who felt out of place, who feared they didn't belong. I told them about the nights I'd cried, the jobs I'd hated, the proofs that kept me going. One student, Maria, confessed she was considering dropping out. I listened, then shared my story. "You're not failing," I told her. "You're finding your path." She stayed, graduated, and now teaches math herself. That's the ripple effect: one life touching another, proving second chances are real. Looking back, I'm grateful for the fall. Dropping out taught me resilience, the value of passion over prestige. Harvard's invitation wasn't just a job. It was a testament to the human spirit's capacity to rise. They called me a failure, but I built a life that proved them wrong, not with anger, but with purpose. And in every student I teach, I see a chance to rewrite their story, too.